Yo, welcome to the show.
Yo YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video, Zero to Hero Investing. This one is going to be an update on my taxable Robinhood account. Inside Robinhood, I have two accounts in Robinhood. One's my taxable and one's my Roth IRA. Both, I track them on this channel, so if you want to see them, you know what to do. This portfolio is sitting currently at just over $49,000. It's been a pretty bad day. As you can see, we were down about 2.3%, and then after hours it just kept going. And when your portfolio, well, it's not a huge portfolio or nothing, but now that I'm getting up there in the numbers from where I started, like, I mean, a 2% day is a big day regardless, but seeing this loss in one day, like 1,150 in one day, that's absurd. And then after hours, like $402. Like, you can't really look at it in the dollar amount. I guess you just gotta start thinking in percentages. That's really what matters, truly. But yeah, that's the day. Crazy day on the market. It was going well all week. Let's look at our returns. So we're down on the day 2.27, and after hours 0.81, and it's fluctuating a little bit. Like I said, the markets are still active somewhat. It's closed, but it's not like lights off. Close the door, throw away the key, kind of closed. On the week, we're down only 1.88%. We're chugging along pretty nicely. And then today we kind of even like went a little too high, and then down 1.88% on the week, I think. On the month, we are up 0.51%. 3-month chart, we should be up 6.36%. Year to date, up 15.4%, and 1 year we're up 16 and a quarter of a percent. So, I mean, today was a drastic day, but it doesn't take away too much from the overall performance of the portfolio. So not too concerned. Is this where the markets will start to turn back or like correct? Who knows? I mean, no one really truly knows. And I think this was triggered because of the whole tariff thing today. So it might just be another like March kind of repeating, or who knows? I'm just going to stick to what I've been doing. All right. Buying power, we have $45.60. And we're going to talk about just the options and some of the stocks real quick. For the option, I have just one Ford call I sold, and I had to roll this one. It was expiring, I believe, the last Friday in September. Then it was like way above my strike price, so I rolled it instead of like selling my shares at a loss, or not a loss, but instead of selling my shares, I rolled it. Ford is, I think it's currently trading below my strike price right now because it has pulled back. Ford, we have to look at this one specifically because Ford is on something else. So let's look at it. This one was worth 136, and just 2 days ago, 3 days ago maybe, Ford fell like 6-7%, lost like half its value or so, and then it's just been falling since. Let's look at the actual stock for real though. Yeah, so we have Ford here, down on the day, of course. I mean, what's not down today? Only 0.6% though, then 0.4 after hours. On the week, Ford, let's see, down 7% on the week. Insane. So it peaked up here, 1279, and now it's down in the 1130s. And I mean, I'm not complaining at all. I've been coming in and I've been buying a share or so. I think one day, the 7th, I bought 2 shares because it was falling so much, and then the 8th I came and bought another share. So hey, we're working our way up to 200 shares. We're at 158 right now. Ford, I like I don't think I want to lose my shares. Not like that. Like, I'm still fine selling my calls, and I'm fine losing my shares really, but not, it's not the time yet, is all I'm saying. All right, so let's get back to the portfolio so we can talk about the stocks. And something I'm going to do different today actually is start from the bottom here and then work my way up, because I feel like SPY and them, like those ETFs always get all the love, and maybe I'll have a little bit more to say about JEPQ today. So JEPQ, this is roughly sorted by equity. JEPQ is the smallest holding right now, and I'm fine with it being like that. In fact, that's what I want. I want JEPQ to be, I don't have a number in mind, but it's where it needs to be right now. It's down 2% on the day. This is all sorted by, or showing daily percentage change, so down 2.25%. I think I'm still in the green in my JEPQ position, but it's strictly a dividend play. It gives me like $6-7 a month in dividends. Doesn't do a lot. I don't reinvest my JEPQ dividends. I just feel like it's something to keep me happy. It's a strong yielder. So that $800, whatever that's invested, it's yielding probably more than some of my thousands worth of dollar positions. But JEPQ is just there for now. Of course, one day I think I will be selling it. Of course, it's not like it's not a long-term hold in my head right now. So next we have O'Reilly. This one I buy a $3. I buy $3 worth a day, and just let it appreciate. Today it countered the market. It's up 2.41% when the market's up negative. When the market is down, just as much. So there you go. O'Reilly, $3 a day. We're at 8.84 shares now. At first, it was it was like $1,000 stock, and then they had a 1-to-8 share split, I believe. And now I have 8 shares, almost 9 shares. American Electric Power up on the day. It's nice to kind of take a good look at these stocks that are up when the SPY is down, like 3%. That's interesting. O'Reilly, AEP, pretty good stocks in my opinion. AEP, we're at 8.2 shares right now, up on the day slightly. Man has been falling a lot recently. Not sure if this is related to the interest rates, but that would be my best guess. Just the expected falling interest rates, I believe, on October 17th. Not sure. Am I planning to sell out of Maine? No. I've in fact been buying more, but I have given up a lot of my gains recently. But hey, 16.2 shares were down 3% today, so about in line with the market. APD, Air Products and Chemicals, 3.74 shares, been dollar cost averaging into this one, and now we are down 2.14 on the day. I'll just continue doing what I'm doing. I think overall my position here is about maybe like 6-7% in the red now, but dollar cost average. That's what I'll be doing. Next we have JP Morgan Chase, 2% down on the day. I feel like I can sort this in a more interesting way. Last price, let's just show total return. Alright, JP Morgan Chase. Overall 16.5% with them, 3.1 shares, or overall 19.5% with them, 3.25 shares. And it was down on the day. No big deal. I'll be buying more of that. Visa also slightly down, 3.1 shares. Been coming in and buying a little bit more Visa because it's been having a couple of red days back to back. And again, just like with Maine, I think the interest rates would affect Visa, probably not as drastically as it would with like a smaller BDC like Maine. But Visa has seen a few red days, and I've been buying. That's it. SMH, 3.5 shares of that, up 32% right now. Amazon, 5.55 shares. And this looks like it's down pretty bad. It's hard to tell when it's it's hard to tell from the graph, but geez, that's a very steep one. Looks like after hours, maybe Amazon fell more than a lot of the other ones, is my guess. But overall, we're up 11, almost 12% in that. General Mills down a strong 13.5%, 26 shares, and I've paused my recurring buy with this one just because actually I didn't want to pause it, but then I realized that when I did all my shifting arounds, I paused that one, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just run with it. I'll let it do what it needs to do. and just focus on my target position, which is down 22%, and I'll be over by target in a minute. But yeah, General Mills, it has good days, it has bad days. Looks like today was an interesting one where it was green when the market was red. So there you go. I'm not sure what it's trading at now, but it has been hovering around the $50 mark. And General Mills, I mean, I can't help but believe that this one will bounce back for sure. It's just such a strong company, almost an ETF really. So I just probably bought at the highs, and now it's time to dollar cost average until we are back in the green. You know. Next is Home Depot, 3.75 shares, and now we're down 1.5%. I don't know if it's the last update I did, but recently I do remember this being up like 8%. The last update would have been maybe 2 weeks ago, so it could be. Market's been pulling back. Costco been pulling back as well, down really. Well, that's a steep one there, 1.62 shares, and up just 6%, almost 7%. Been seeing better days with Costco, but I see the red days, and I buy a little bit here and there. So not much more that I can do there. Target, definitely. I don't know, man. Down 22% is wild to see, but 17.41 shares, and it gets a little bit larger every day with the $3 worth I buy. So hey, there you go. Um, the dividend yield is growing, or the starting yield is growing, so I'm buying into that. That's a plus. Target is, in my book, still something that I can see bouncing back. It is a dividend king. I just feel like whenever it gets through this phase it's going through, and a lot of it is like societal, like social pressures and social, let's say, socio-political, maybe. I'm sure it will bounce back. Fingers crossed. Next we have AbbVie, 6.75 shares of that. Looks like it had a strong day, then it just pulled back to maybe around break even today, up 26%. Realty Income here, 26.2 shares. We're back in the red with Realty Income here. I think we barely cruised a little bit over the average cost. Now we're back in the red, so yeah, I'll buy some more. Ford, man, Ford. We already talked about that one, but it's had a crazy week. I'll say that again. Microsoft, 4.15 shares up overall with this. Pretty bad day. I imagine tech was hit more than anything else because QQQ was down like 4% today. SpyG still selling out of this one. Pretty bad day for this, I imagine. 21 shares and counting down. Rocket Lab, geez, I have to click into this one especially because this is insane. If today was not such a red day, you would have. I mean, I'm amazed every time I look at this position. Up 156%, and it's just had such a crazy week, maybe month, but the last week has been absolutely insane. I'm sure at one point I was up like, I mean, I don't know how much I was up, but this stock has for sure soared in the last week, and I'm really happy I started a position in Rocket Lab. I can only say I wish I had more. I really was trying to work my way up to 100 shares, but 76.9 might be where I pause for a little bit because it's just so expensive now. Up 8% in the past week, and today took away a lot of the gains. Trust me. Past month it's up 30%, so just look at that. Absolutely insane. 2,800, 2,900 from Rocket Lab. Year to date, it's up 143%. And I still think it has room to grow. Like, yeah, am I optimistic? Am I too hopeful? Who knows? But yeah, there you go. Rocket Lab. Have that position in my taxable and also in my Roth IRA. So if you want to see how it's performing on that too, I actually want to make a video on that maybe sometime next week. So I'm aiming for the middle of the month. So stay tuned for that. So the next position in the portfolio is SCHD, which is overall in the red again, 210 shares. almost 211. And let's do equity for this one because I'm almost sure. Oh, I thought my Rocket Lab position had passed my SCHD. So SCHD is the third largest position in the portfolio right now. 210 shares, we'll continue buying that. I think it's $6 a day on SCHD, $6 or $8, something like that. And next we have QQQ up 14.5%, 10 shares, and then finally SPY 14.15 shares up around 8.5%. So that's the portfolio. Let me scroll down here super quick to the recurring buys. We have O'Reilly $3 a day, QQQ $6 a day, SCHD $5 a day, SPY the leader is $18 a day, and Target is $3 a day. One thing I'm curious about is just to see what percentage of the portfolio SPY takes up. My aim is to have it be around 20%, so let's see where we're at. So you can see here the portfolio diversity is around 18.7% for SPY, so not far away. I mean, Rocket Lab is growing at such a fast rate, it's hard to kind of keep all the positions up with it, but is it starting to pull back? Is the whole market pulling back? I'm not sure. We can only find out when we find out. So we'll continue doing what we're doing. And so let's come over here to just the pie chart view to see what things are like. Sort this by equity, smallest to largest. JP Morgan Chase, smallest. Man has been falling so much. It's given up like so much of its gains. It's back in the 800s. It was probably over 1,000 really. O'Reilly is down a couple under the $1,000 mark, which I'm trying to keep that as my threshold. But on the pie chart, we have SPY's largest holding, almost 20%, almost 19%. QQQ, we have SCHD and Rocket Lab, 4 positions holding up half of the portfolio. Go figure. That's the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.